Hi, this is Alan Rigg with MySalesTest.com. In this video, I'm going to discuss assessment tests, the differences between them, and what makes a test a good fit for assessing salespeople and sales job candidates. If you've done any research about assessments, you've found that there are a lot of them. In fact, as many as 5,000 perhaps. This makes us wonder, how on earth do we ever figure out which ones we should use? It's actually relatively easy to make that decision because probably 99.5% of assessments or more are focused on relatively narrow aspects of personality and behavior. Now, let me say that every assessment out there does have value, but sometimes the value is relatively limited. For example, there's a huge category of assessments called communication style assessments. Examples are assessments with the names of DISC or Myers-Briggs. And what these assessments try to do is identify a person's primary communication style. Now, there is certainly value in knowing your own primary communication style and being able to guess the style of the person with whom you're trying to communicate. It can help you temper your communications and make them more productive. But that's just a tiny part of selling, which is really a big issue because sales has a lot of moving parts. We've got to convince strangers to make the time to speak with us. When we speak with them, we've got to say things that are compelling enough for them to want to extend the conversation and actually enable us to qualify the opportunity thoroughly. At which point we make a joint decision as to whether we proceed in a sales cycle, which involves proposals and potentially demonstrations and presentations and dealing with objections and closing sales, and there's just a lot that needs to be done. I'm sorry, communication style doesn't cut it. So we need to look at assessments that are more comprehensive. The kind that I recommend and that MySalesTest.com provides look at three broad categories of characteristics: cognitive, behavioral, and interests. Cognitive characteristics are brain function characteristics. Things like, how rapidly does a person learn? How precisely and effectively do they communicate? What is their aptitude for learning how to do a great job of opportunity qualification? What is their aptitude for asking questions to uncover numerical data that can be used as part of a return on investment analysis? So these are all cognitive or brain function characteristics. The next category is behavioral, characteristics that give us insight into somebody's ability to consistently maintain a high level of productive activity, their ability to help others get off the dime and make decisions, their ability to direct their own activities effectively and not require a nanny as a sales manager, their ability to deal with rejection, be dogged and determined in pursuit of opportunities, maintain their focus and not get bogged down in distractions and details. So there are a variety of behavioral characteristics that are important. And the third category is interests, meaning what are the activities from which we derive motivation and gratification? In other words, do we actually enjoy the activities involved in selling? And that's really important because one of the most frustrating types of job candidates is someone that comes on board, they look great, they sound great, they may hit the ground running and produce during the first few months, and then their performance starts to decline and nobody can figure out why. And the why, in this case, is, you know what? They do have all of the talents required to succeed in sales, but they don't like it. And if they don't like it, chances are they won't do very well for very long. Now, maybe we don't want to use assessments just for the purposes of recruiting. Maybe we want to look at existing salespeople and say, how do we improve their performance? And if we can gauge the talents that our salespeople bring to the table, we can help them improve in their areas of strength, and we can help mitigate their areas of weakness, perhaps by leveraging other capabilities or handing off certain responsibilities to other people that have strengths in those areas. Now, regardless of how you use assessments, whether it's for recruiting or for making decisions about existing salespeople, our suggestion is that assessment data make up 1/3 of the information, and your other interactions with job candidates and employees make up the other 2/3. So while the kinds of assessments we work with are really accurate and really helpful, they're not the whole story by any means. Okay? That's the end of the content for this video. If you have any questions, please feel free to give me a call or send me an email. In my next video, I'm going to discuss how to calculate the return on investment for sales assessment tests. I look forward to speaking with you again soon. Goodbye for now.